All right, this is a very brief video overview and instructions for activity 532, Grown in the Sun. So basically the purpose of this activity is we are going to be talking about what are called growing degree units. Now, growing degree units involve calculations based on the temperatures of a specific day. So each plant grows at a different rate, and it depends on the daily conditions, the temperature for that particular day. So you have an average daily temperature and a base temperature for each specific plant. Okay, the base temperature is the minimum temperature requirement that a plant needs to grow. Okay, so that is going to vary depending on the type of plant. Okay, so a plant, for example, a plant may require a temperature of 40 degrees. Until the air temperature around the plant reaches 40 degrees, that plant is not going to experience any growth. If the temperature goes over 40 degrees, the plant is going to accumulate what we call GDUs, or growing degree units. Okay, so each plant has a specific number of GDUs that it has to reach in order to be considered mature. Okay, so this formula right here that's on the front of your worksheet is the formula for calculating GDUs. So you're going to find the average daily temperature, which is your maximum temperature for the day, plus your minimum temperature divided by 2. And then you're going to subtract your base temperature for that particular crop. Okay, so if we go down to part 1 here, determining GDUs, okay, it tells us that we are going to determine how many GDUs are calculated for a 10-day period. The daily temperatures are listed in the table, and we are calculating GDUs for a wheat crop, which has a base temperature of 40. Okay, so we have to remember that. We're doing a base temperature of 40. So if I can figure out how to work this, scroll to page 3, table 1 is what we're going to be working with. Okay, so our formula is min plus max divided by 2, and then we're going to subtract the base. And for this particular plant in table 1, our base temp is 40 degrees. Okay, so day 1, we have 33 plus 45 divided by 2 minus 40, which is going to give us, let me do that calculation really quick because I did not do that ahead of time. 33 plus 45 divided by 2, that's going to give us 39 minus 40. That's going to give us -1. Okay, now, can a plant grow backwards? That's essentially what a negative number means, is that the plant is growing backwards. A plant cannot grow backwards, so if we end up with a negative number, we're going to end up with 0 growing degree units. Okay, so if we move to day 2, we're going to have 34 plus 50 divided by 2 minus 40 is going to give us 2. We're going to have 2 growing degree units. Day 3, you're going to do that same thing. 36 plus 50 divided by 2 minus 40 is going to give you 3. We're going to have 3 growing degree days. Okay, so what you guys need to do is you need to finish filling out this table 1 right here, okay? And then after you get them calculated for all 10 days, you are going to add up all the GDUs for the 10-day period and put it right there. And then for part 2, okay, this is where things look like they get really, really complicated. Okay. Part 2, what we're doing is we are calculating GDUs for cucumbers. Okay, we're calculating GDUs for cucumbers. They're planted on May 1st, so we're going to plant them both at Indianapolis and Lubbock, Texas. Okay, now the total number of accumulated GDUs for cucumbers to reach maturity is 1,100 units. Okay, so once you get to 1,100 GDUs, you can stop. Okay, it also tells us that the base temperature is 50 degrees. Okay, so instead of subtracting 40 like we did with our 10-day example, we're subtracting 50. Okay, this also tells us that the maximum temperature for cucumber growth is 90 degrees. Okay, so that means in this table, we have our maximum temperatures and our minimum temperatures. If our maximum temperature is above 90, let's see if we can find one. Okay, so like June 17th through wherever, okay, towards the end of this page at least, these are all above 90 degrees for the max temperatures. So these are now all just going to be 90. Okay, anything that's above 91 degrees is only going to be 90. So what that means is that that plant is not going to mature any faster if the temperature is above 90 degrees. Okay, so I have split you guys up, and the substitute has those assignments. Half of you guys are going to be completing the calculations for Lubbock, Texas. The other half of you are going to be completing the calculations for Indianapolis. Okay, now I'm putting this here at the bottom. Okay, your goal is to get to 1,100 GDU. Okay, once you hit at least 1,100 GDU, you can stop calculating. Okay, this chart goes through July 31st. Neither location will go clear through July 31st. Okay, you're going to stop at whatever day you hit 1,100. Okay, I'm going to start with Indianapolis. Okay, so we've got our maximum temperature, our minimum temperature, and we've got a column for daily GDUs and accumulated GDUs. Okay, so I'm going to start here. We've got 68 plus 47 divided by 2 minus 50 is going to give us, let's see, 68, the same as before. Okay, so it's going to give us 7.5. Now you can have half-day GDUs. Okay, you can have 0.5 GDUs. Okay, that's going to give us 7.5. Okay, now you can use your cheat. You can cheat the system a little bit here. Okay, because I knew that these 2 days had the same maximum and minimum temperatures, so they're going to be the same GDUs. Okay, these 2 days have the same maximum and min. They're going to have the same GDUs. Okay, these two have the same. These two have the same. Okay, so you're not going to have to do calculations for every single one, because if they have the same temperatures, they're going to have the same GDUs. Okay, now if we go over here to this last column, this accumulated GDU column, this is really important because this is going to be your running total of growing degree units. So that way you know how close you are to that 1,100 units. Okay, so this one just copied over. Okay, so in order to do this one, I take this number plus this number equals this one. This one plus this one equals this one. So for this next one, I'm going to take 21 plus 7.5 again, and that's going to give me 28.5. So you're just you keep adding your growing degree units to keep track of your totals throughout, instead of doing all of your calculations for your daily GDUs and then going up and adding them all together. You're just keeping a running total. Okay, that is all. If you guys have any questions, please rewatch. Okay, this video is going to be posted on Canvas as well. You can always reference this video. Okay, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me an email. Also, if you need calculators, I have a tub of calculators that I'm going to set out on the counter.